Had a good test today with my level 1 certification attempt rocket. Today was not the level 1 certification. I was just flying it on an F-15 to do a bit of a test run to make sure everything worked well, and well, it's here in one piece still, so it obviously worked well. A few things did go wrong though, which I'm going to have to address. So you can see here quite a lot of tangling happening here with the parachute. So I'm going to have to figure that out for the next attempt. I was using a swivel, but yeah, it's still tangled up behind the swivel, so the swivel did absolutely nothing. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, went pretty well. There's a few minor bits of maintenance that are a little concerning. The engine block was 3D printed, and it's melting away a little bit, so the F-15 was a bit too hot on the ejection charge for the engine block, so it is starting to melt away, which could be problematic when I go to a G80 or a H115. It might completely destroy the engine block. But other than that, fins are all intact and good, no damage there. All the rails are good. Went up really straight, really straight, which I'm really happy about. And the parachute also did an amazing job. This is my homemade parachute, sewn on some hems myself using a sewing machine. It's a bit crude, it's not the prettiest thing, but it's cheap. It's just made from nylon fabric and works really well. I'd highly recommend this if you're a bit handy with sewing. Get a cheap little sewing machine, some nylon fabric, and you can cut up your own chutes, do your own hems, sew in your own lines. So
wow, that was sweet.
nice. The engine block is not happy. Come on, focus. So I did print it out of PETG, but it's still been blasted away by the ejection charge, so I'm gonna have to do something about that when I fly the G80 and the H115. I mean, it's doing this with an F-15, so it's gonna get even worse. The retainer for the engine also took a pretty bad beating. It still retained it, which was good, but yeah, looks like it melted on the sides and top. This isn't supposed to be in the direction of the flame, but I guess it's still so hot down the end there that just the radiant heat melted it away. So again, gonna have to figure out something to do to stop that from happening with the G80. Maybe I'll 3D print it in metal. Not sure. I also flew this little rocket today after the big one, just for fun. I don't really want to go out there and fly just one rocket, so this went up on a C6, a C5-3, and again another homemade parachute with a little swivel on the line. This one also had some tangling issues, so yeah, really got to figure out my tangling problems, but the chute's still deployed, so it's still recovered successfully, no damage on the rocket. So yeah, this is the second time this one's gone up now, so pretty happy about that. Another little homemade rocket out of a paper towel roll. So I just 3D printed some attachments to get some mounting for engines, balsa fins. Works really well.
Very nice.
Chute's kind of tangled.
That is open now.
Is it open? I can't
It is
tell.
now, yeah. Perfect. Oh, no, a little bit.
It's a little tangled. Final little update. I've made some more progress on my little launch controller box. So you can see I got some more panels in here now since I last showed this. The panels are also different, so I've kind of changed up the design a little bit. So there's only single buttons now for each of the channels. And then the key switch here arms these buttons. So when the key is out, these buttons only do continuity, and then when the key is in and switched, these become active, and when you press them, they'll actually fire the igniter. Didn't use this time though. The club has fortunately fixed up their issues with the launch controllers, so I haven't really had a reason to use this, but I still bring it with me just in case they have issues. So I think that'll wrap it up today. Thanks for watching.